what it's like.
Well, thank you so much for joining us I'm so sorry, did I take your thunder? For joining us for Eyewitness News at 7:30.
As usual. Good night, everyone.
This is the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Tonight's contest features CIF Southern Section Power Santa Margarita against Oak Hill Academy. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Roseblum, set to call the play-by-play, joined tonight on KDOC by the Professor, Paul Westfall, and we have a very nice matchup. When we talk about Santa Margarita, they're a terrific team out of the Trinity League, and their head coach, Jeff Reinhardt, wanted to have a tough schedule. Well, he's pitted his team tonight against Oak Hill Academy, and you know, Paul, how tough this institution is.
Oak Hill Academy has been a national powerhouse for over 30 years, and this year is no exception. They come into tonight's action ranked number 7 in the country. If you haven't seen them play, this is a team full of high Division I prospects and even some NBA players every year, and they play fast-paced basketball. Randy, they'll be fun to watch.
And one of those players who certainly has NBA aspirations is Cole Anthony on the back line. He averages nearly a triple-double an evening.
One of the nation's best combo guards. He features terrific court vision. He has a high basketball IQ. He's a great rebounder for his size, and he can even score the ball when he has to. And just yesterday, Randy, he was named to the McDonald's All-American team.
And hopefully he'll play tonight. He's got a tender ankle. We think he's going to perform, but it is a game-time decision. Jake Kyman is a star player for Santa Margarita. He's a commit to UCLA. He can shoot the basketball.
Kyman is a 3-level scorer, and we do use that term maybe a bit too much, but Jake definitely is. He can hit the 3-ball. He's outstanding at finishing at the rim, and he's the type of guy that plays both ends of the court. He's a great off-the-ball defender, and with his leaping ability, his weak-side blocks start many Santa Margarita fast breaks.
This is the first of its twin bill for us here tonight at the Nike Extravaganza. A little bit later, Rolling Hills Prep will go up against the host school, Mater Dei. But for now, it's the Warriors and the Eagles. We'll come back with the basketball game right after this on KDOC, our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week.
Just made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Hug the coast on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner and embrace the journey to Southern California's top destinations. Cruise by sparkling beaches and rolling hills as you travel to renowned wine countries, beloved surf cities, and vibrant downtowns. Let us take you to SoCal's most inviting and inspired communities. Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com and come hug the coast with us.
Enjoy.
Okay, who's first?
I'll go.
You mind? My daughter's a huge fan.
Round Table Pizza gets a lot of attention because it tastes as good as it looks. Made with only premium ingredients, topped right to the edge. Get a large triple play pepperoni pizza with 3 kinds of pepperoni plus 6 boneless or classic wings for just $19.99. At Round Table, the last honest pizza.
Waves aren't the only thing I surf. I surf the air. I surf roads, lanes, and alleys. Drop in on mountainsides and carve through valleys. I surf the ocean. I surf adventure. I surf California.
During the Start Something New event, well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Compass for $99 a month.
At AT&T, we believe in access, the opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world, connecting with the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. California households with at least one resident who receives SNAP or SSI benefits may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. And by Carl's Jr., featuring the new Beyond Famous Star with a charbroiled 100% plant-based Beyond Patty. Only at Carl's Jr. Well, good news for all of us. We get to see Cole Anthony. He's out there, he's warming up. We thought during the opening there was a chance he wouldn't play, but you see that he's limbering up, and he looks like he's going to perform tonight against Santa Margarita. It's Oak Hill and Santa Margarita. Randy Rosemond back with the professor.
Well, Randy, it is good news for all basketball fans to see number 3 in yellow out there. He is an exceptional player, certainly one of the best in the nation. And he's a young man who has such tremendous basketball IQ. He will do whatever it takes for this storied program to win. He has had 12 triple-doubles this year, a remarkable total for a young man that is maybe all of about 6'2".
And he is rated as the top unsigned player in the 2019 class. So you know that all the schools around America would love to have him come into their program. His dad, Greg Anthony, played at UNLV and in the NBA, and well known, and his son following in his footsteps. So there's no question that Cole Anthony is an outstanding performer and someone that Santa Margarita is going to have to slow down tonight. Again, he averages nearly a triple-double. In fact, he averages a triple-double if you round off his rebounding total, which is 9.8 a game.
Yeah, he's special. He's already visited Georgetown, North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Oregon, but the list of schools that would like him to come is never ending. A special player on a special program that has produced so many NBA players over the years. The next NBA player to come out of Oak Hill Academy is indeed Cole Anthony.
And they've had numerous ones over the years, including Rajon Rondo, who's with the Lakers currently, but the list is plentiful. This is the Nike Extravaganza. It's the 24th edition. And I know, Paul Westfall, you've been to every one of these, and you've seen all 27 of Mater Dei's victories.
You know, I think the only two people that have been to all 24 are Gary McKnight and myself. But nonetheless, you look at Mater Dei, and the reason that the win and loss totals 30 is oftentimes Mater Dei plays 2 games in the same Extravaganza. But the Monarchs have not lost since 2007. And I know, Randy, you were at this game when they lost to Lake Oswego of Oregon and won Kevin Love, who maybe had the best individual performance in the history of the Nike Extravaganza.
Yeah, Kevin was exceptional. Obviously, he's in the NBA now, playing with the Cavaliers. He's been injured for a while, and hopefully he'll get back. And he had a stint with UCLA and performed well. You look at that list, we have the top 3 teams in our doubleheader tonight. Obviously, Mater Dei a little bit later, and we have Santa Margarita at Oak Hill Academy in our first matchup. We're still a few minutes away from the tip-off. And who had the most points in the history of the Nike Extravaganza? Team-wise, Chino Hills and Sierra Canyon. But look at those numbers, how high those totals are.
Well, the Chino Hills total, of course, was one of the most exciting teams in the history of high school basketball. That was the Lonzo Ball team, and they played at a breakneck pace, and it wasn't unusual for the Huskies that year to score over 100. Well, they put up 98 against a very good team. And then, of course, Sierra Canyon, that's the Marvin Bagley III team in 2017. They put 98 up against Bishop Gorman. These teams that have come to the Extravaganza over the years, Gary McKnight has tried to bring the best of the best out here, out west. And you can see it's generally been fast break basketball with a lot of athletes just flying up and down the floor. It's always very entertaining stuff.
And you mentioned Marvin Bagley, and he had a spectacular game at the Nike Extravaganza. Above 40 points. He was sensational in a victory. And there it is, Marvin Bagley. His 43 points is the standard bearer. Shabazz Mohammed, who, by the way, is playing in China right now. Marvin Bagley with the Sacramento Kings. You see all that numbers flowing out at you. And they are big numbers.
And
all the way down to Stanley Johnson, who was so terrific.
Exactly right, and names very familiar to basketball fans of all levels of basketball. And so over the years, this has been as exciting a 2 days in high school basketball as maybe any in the country.
Great names, LaMelo Ball, we mentioned Kevin Love, and others. All right, we're set to play some basketball. We're going to step out. We're going to have the starting lineups for you and the tip-off. There's Jeff Reinhardt. He's around his Santa Margarita Eagles. It's the Eagles and the Warriors. It's next on KDOC on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr.
Oh, $2.49 each! We just made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Don't miss the New Year's OC 405 RV show that runs from Friday, January 18th through Sunday the 27th at California's #1 RV dealer, Mike Thompson RV in Fountain Valley. Hundreds of travel trailers, toy haulers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, show price to sell, pre-owned markdowns. Your RV is here waiting, and this show makes it insanely affordable. Free parking, free admission. The OC 405 RV show only at Mike Thompson RV in Fountain Valley. 405 at Euclid, MikeThompson.com. Don't miss a moment, and we are desperate for trades.
At Edison, we know that creating a clean energy future takes teamwork. So we found ways for factories to lower energy costs and kept jobs here, while Ava found rebates to afford her first electric car. And while you're moving to smarter energy use, we're moving to more renewable energy. Together, we have all the power we need to build a brighter future for everyone. SCE. Energy for what's ahead.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr.
Oh, $2.49 each!
Santa Margarita and Oak Hill, and our starting lineups are brought to you by Carl's Jr.
For Santa Margarita, they'll open up with Sheila Robbins, Kendall McHugh, Jake Kyman, and Max Agbongpolo, the outstanding wings, and Shengzi Lee, the big center in the middle. For Oak Hill, it's Christian Brown, Cole Anthony, the McDonald's All-American, Evan Johnson, Cam Thomas, and Kofi Cockburn. What a battle this will be in the middle, Randy. Two guys that go about 6'11", maybe 7 feet, and in excess of 275 pounds. I hope the refs let them play.
You won't miss Kofi Cockburn, although he did change his number to 31. Initially it was 21, and he's wearing 31 tonight. Cockburn and Lee in the center circle, and this one is underway, and it's Oak Hill that has it, and this is the aforementioned Cole Anthony. Drive by Anthony, and he scores.
He's deceptively quick, changes direction, changes speeds very well, and that first time a blow-by for an easy one.
Agbongpolo able to draw the contact, and he was fouled. Common foul, and the Eagles will take it out of bounds. 23, Agbongpolo, 22 points last night in a big win for Santa Margarita. They knocked off one of the top-ranked teams in Nevada, Bishop Gorman. Jump shot out of the corner, failed by Robbins. Ball out of bounds to Oak Hill Academy.
We know how good Jake Kyman and Max Agbongpolo are, and they are most nights in tandem very good. But Santa Margarita is going to need some complementary scoring from the others tonight if they're going to hang with an Oak Hill team that generally puts up over 80 points a night.
Yeah, they are a spectacular team, and they're very talented. One of the great clubs in America. Cam Thomas, who averages 27 a night, drills a triple. So the two stars, Anthony and Thomas, come out scoring a goal each.
You must stay attached to number 24, Cam Thomas, one of the sweetest jump shots in the nation.
And so you just described Jake Kyman, a floater for 15 feet and 2 points. Thomas out on top. Cockburn scores.
For a guy that is as big and ponderous as Cockburn is on his way to the University of Illinois, he has soft hands and can finish around the rim. You saw that soft touch there.
Long range jump shot by Ogbong Polo, no good. Rebound McHugh. Kendall is fouled. Kendall McHugh is an emerging guard. Had a nice impact on the Santa Margarita program.
No doubt about it. Coach Reinert told me before he started to make that impact. He said, boy, he thinks that this is one of the better guards he's had in his 7 years at Santa Margarita, and he has been the key to some very big wins over some very good teams.
Averages 8 tonight, shoots 72% from the charity stripe. Santa Margarita 18-8. Again, they had that huge win over Gorman last night. I'm sure there was a lot of emotion spent in that game, but they're fired up against Oak Hill Academy as both foul shots by Kendall McHugh are knocked down.
Derek Jones, Jr., number 23, in for Oak Hill. He's a jumping jack of a wing player, and Evan Johnson, number 5, sits out.
Cockburn in the paint is hit by Lee, and that's his first ticket of the night. And it's imperative for Santa Margarita, if they're going to hang around, they need Shenzi Lee on the floor. He was a major factor. You can see the bump there in their victory against Bishop Gorman, 12 points, 17 rebounds, but he clogs that middle, and they need that presence tonight against Oak Hill Academy.
No doubt about that. That's the best I've seen him play last night against Gorman.
And Lee rebounds. And that's what he can do. He's big, he's physical, he's talented, he's on his way to BYU. Kyman out of the corner. Rattled in and out, and Cockburn clears for Oak Hill Academy.
Tough luck on a couple of shots for Santa Margarita early, but they look like they're playing free and easy against the uber-talented Oak Hill Academy Warriors.
And uber talented again describes Cole Anthony as 4 points early. And the Warriors lead by 5. Kendall McHugh will back it up.
Like the best often do, Cole Anthony seems to play at a different speed. It's like the game is slower for him because he sees everything ahead of time.
Well, the shots aren't falling early for the Eagles. McHugh had that one clank off the iron. Brown travel. Turnover, gives it back to Santa Margarita.
But you'll enjoy watching Christian Brown. If he was on any other team, he would be the man. He's a young man, 6'6", 205, a high-flying finisher with a three-point range shot, an excellent motor, and a good shot blocker. NC State is rumored to be in the lead for his services at the next level.
McHugh with another good look, didn't fall. Anthony with the outlet pass to Thomas, who comes underneath and scores beautifully with the left hand. That was great transition basketball.
Oh, he is so fluid and has a variety of ways to score the basketball, averaging nearly 27 a game. He's been over 38 times, and considering the tough schedule that Oak Hill plays, that says a lot.
Lee from outside had a good look. Didn't go for him, though. And again, Anthony and the Warriors come up the floor. Deflected away by Ogbong Polo. Great play ahead of the pack. The easy two for Sheila Robbins.
Nice run out by the Eagles and a terrific, tough angle bounce pass. He didn't have a real good angle yet. Obviously, McHugh threaded the needle to Robbins for the easy one.
Thomas in the middle of that zone had a great look. Cockburn got it back and puts it in.
You got to get on the floor for those loose balls, because if Cockburn scoops it up, you're not going to stop him from 2 feet.
Tip by Lee of the Ogbong Polo shot. Thomas for 3. Deflected, and next Ogbong Polo has it. He's a commit to USC. Robbins with a good look to Kyman. Yes, the 3 ball for Jake Kyman.
You called it, Randy. The extra pass from Sheila Robbins got Kyman a good look, and he's a deadly shooter from that corner.
Kyman averages 23 a night. He's on his way to UCLA. Anthony's shot, air ball. Out of bounds to Santa Margarita. Timeout on the floor. Just above 3 minutes left, opening quarter. Oak Hill Academy leads by 4 on KDOC.
Help protect what's most important with our family of safety technologies. The 2019 Nissan Rogue comes with automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection standard. Part of Nissan's Safety Shield 360. Protection you won't get from CR-V, Equinox, or CX-5. Nissan Rogue, the safety tech you want and more.
Get a low $239 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Hug the coast on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner and embrace the journey to Southern California's top destinations. Cruise by sparkling beaches and rolling hills as you travel to renowned wine countries, beloved surf cities, and vibrant downtowns. Let us take you to SoCal's most inviting and inspired communities. Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com and come hug the coast with us.
We're at Modern Day tonight. This is the Nike Extravaganza on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Early on, Oak Hill leading Santa Margarita by 4.
All right, some keys to tonight's game. We'll start with Oak Hill Academy. Well, we'll get to those when we get an opportunity. Oak Hill up by 4. There we go. You can't be serious. That was famous by John McEnroe saying that. But sometimes when Oak Hill has come out west, they play so many quality opponents. Sometimes I don't think they take the teams from California necessarily seriously, which has resulted in some closer games. Lights, Cameron, action. That's for Cam Thomas. He plays his best under the brightest lights. The young man that is going to be a great scorer at the next level. And then Cole Burning Furnace. Cole Anthony is the key to everything that Oak Hill Academy does. When he hasn't played, they haven't been nearly as good. And how about that for analysis, Randy?
That's good. And how about Anthony again dropping in his 3rd bucket of the opening quarter?
Now let's take a look at the Eagles of Santa Margarita. Spread your wings. Napoleon said until you spread your wings, you have no idea how far you can fly. And the wings are the best players for Santa Margarita. Kaiman and Agbankola have to have big games. The Great Wall of Lee, we've talked about it. He's got to be out there. He's so tough in the middle. He has to play the whole game. And then get back, JoJo. Yeah, that's a Beatles lyric, but it also means Oak Hill is so good in transition, Randy, that Santa Margarita has to make sure they get back in defensive balance, or Oak Hill will just run them crazy.
Thomas gets inside and scores after the Jake Kaiman 3-ball. Kaiman's hit a couple triples in this first quarter. Inside of 2 minutes to play. Oak Hill scored the first 5 of the game, and they've never been headed. Here's Kaiman again. Out of the corner, run down, rescued by Anthony. Christian Brown with a gorgeous move and a basket.
He is a terrific finisher, an elite athlete, the kind of guy that will step right in and play at the next level. He's being looked at by a number of outstanding programs.
Cam Thomas, in transition. It's a 2-ball. His foot was on the line, but he has a quick trigger.
That's why you have to stay attached to him. You cannot get lost in transition because he's ready to shoot as soon as he crosses the midcourt line.
Oak Hill Academy has come out here, and they're taking Santa Margarita very seriously, and they're playing beautiful basketball. Kaiman is shooting, though. He's getting looks, and he can score. 3 triples for Jake Kaiman.
Boy, that's terrific ball movement by Santa Margarita. They got the athletic wings of Oak Hill a little bit behind each pass, and then eventually they found their best shooter, Kaiman, in the corner, and he's deadly.
He really is, and he's fun to watch. And UCLA has a very good one. You look at Jeff Reinert, middle of that huddle, former assistant at Fresno State, outstanding basketball player one time at Gonzaga. He played with John Stockton, and he feels this is his best basketball game. And they played the toughest schedule in America. It isn't even close.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how many good teams they've played. They've won some terrific victories. I mean, they've beaten Rancho Christian. They beat Bishop Gorman just last night. They beat Etiwanda in the Classic at Damien. And even in their losses, they've distinguished themselves against nationally ranked teams.
So it'll be the good Camarillo team. The Scorpions have Jaquez, another player on his way to UCLA. It was a night when Agbankola had a huge game. Pass inside, deflected away, and Johnson able to run it down.
Good help by Robbins that time. If Cockburn is going to bounce it more than once, you've got to get some help. Somebody's got to come down.
Cockburn got the position and won as he's fouled by Lee, and that's a dangerous spot now for Santa Margarita. Second foul against Lee.
Yeah, that's why that first one where he had inadvertently hit him in the forehead, you just can't have those cheap fouls. And as we mentioned, he's got to be out on the court, but with 2 early fouls, Coach Reinhardt has no choice but to sub out and into the game for the Eagles. They'll get much smaller. This is going to be Tyler Hanna, a 6'3" guard who is a 3-point bombardier.
Kofi Cockburn averages 15 a game, 10 rebounds, 62% foul shooter, looking at his 7th point of the quarter, and he has it. Santa Margarita, see if they look for that final shot. No, Agbakpolo's going early and scores. That's with a nice mid-range game.
Yes, in a forgotten area of basketball, it's either threes or dunks. Agbakpolo has a beautiful game from 15 to 18 feet.
They sink back in the zone, but they didn't guard Christian Brown, who hammers it home.
You saw the vertical leap there.
Agbakpolo, that would have counted. After one, Oak Hill Academy's impressive, aren't they? They lead by 9 on our Pacific Surfliner. Game of the week, Cole, Anthony, and company combining to Brown for the slam.
Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Carl's Jr.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each!
Waves aren't the only thing I surf. I surf the air. I surf roads, lanes, and alleys, drop in on mountainsides, and carve through valleys. I surf the ocean. I surf adventure. I surf California.
During the Start Something New event, well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Compass for $99 a month.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each!
Impressive first quarter for Oak Hill Academy. They look really good.
Very efficient. It's 26-17 Oak Hill, of course, but they really had very few empty possessions. But on the other side, Santa Margarita had at least 3 shots that were halfway down and crawled out. So this game could be a little bit closer.
Empty possession there as Hyman comes up short. Tyler Hanna has checked in, wears number 22 in white. And Agbakpolo, a very good rebounder.
Nice job by Sela Robbins, number 3 for Santa Margarita, to go out and challenge that 3-point shot of Thomas.
Hyman really looking for the ball, and he wants to shoot it tonight. They need his offense, and he draws the foul. Jake Kyman. And a special player, according to his head coach, Jeff Reinhardt. Has been great all year long. Steve Smith on the other sideline. Over 1,000 victories at Oak Hill. That's right, over 1,000.
And only 72 losses. That is probably as equally amazing.
Beautiful move right down Main Street by Kendall McHugh. Eagles to within 7. Anthony with the step back. And the Eagles come back the other way.
Nice job by Hanna to tip that. He doesn't have to secure it against the much bigger Cockburn, but if he can just tip it to a teammate, that'll suffice.
McHugh's shot is partially blocked by Cam Thomas. That's beautiful defense.
I don't think McHugh felt that Thomas would come out on him like that, but an excellent closeout by Cam.
It really was. Big contest there by Thomas. Cockburn down low. Remember, this is the smaller Santa Margarita lineup. Inside, an easy one for Cam Thomas, who flexes after the goal.
Great cut off the ball by Thomas, but even better pass by Cockburn. I'm very impressed with Cockburn on his way to Illinois, which is a little bit surprising, but nonetheless, he really has a fluid nature to a game for a guy that is that big.
Agbonkpolo can't connect, but there's Kyman on the weak side with the follow-up. Cockburn has the next rebound for the Warriors of Oak Hill Academy. Up 9. Thomas averages 27 a game, so you know he can score. Cockburn's right there again, and he is having his way in the paint.
Yeah, impossible assignment for anybody except Lee, who's sitting on the bench with those 2 early fouls. No one else can match his strength inside of 10 feet.
And Jeff Reinhardt felt coming in, he had to have Lee on the floor. Needed his body inside there to try to contest the bigger Oak Hill Academy team. McHugh out of the corner. In and out. Rebound, Agbonkpolo.
Nicely done by Max. Never quit on the play, but also Oak Hill didn't check anybody. They all got caught standing there watching the shot.
Anthony for 3. No good. Rebound, Kyman. Yeah, this is a very good Santa Margarita team. I feel like they have a great chance to get into the open division. The Elite 8 teams in the CIF Southern section. Hanna, his 3-ball rattled in and out.
That is at least the 4th shot that has been halfway down, and somehow the rim wouldn't have it.
Deflected away. McHugh the other way. Got it with the left hand. Santa Margarita's defense leads to offense.
Nicely done by McHugh, who transferred in from the state of Virginia, so he's very familiar with the Oak Hill program, and that time shielding the ball from the defender Thomas and using the offhand.
Cam using the left hand trying to score. He was knocked down. Terrific drive from Cam Thomas, but the Eagles are playing better here in the second quarter. Led by Kendall McHugh, they are within 7 points.
Just made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Hug the coast on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner and embrace the journey to Southern California's top destinations. Cruise by sparkling beaches and rolling hills as you travel to renowned wine countries, beloved surf cities, and vibrant downtowns. Let us take you to SoCal's most inviting and inspired communities. Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com and come hug the coast with us.
Couple tremendous players there for Oak Hill, and Cam Thomas and Cole Anthony. Cam Thomas has 11 points already in this game. Jake Kyman has 11 for Santa Margarita.
I'm not one on, best this, best that, but I think you could make a strong argument that when Anthony and Thomas are both healthy and playing, this could be as good a backcourt as anybody in the country, because Anthony is a wizard with the basketball and his ability to see the court, and Thomas can shoot from 28 feet and in.
He's a scoring machine, number 24. Puts in the first foul shot. 6'3", being offered by all the ACC schools. And he has stated it. I'm just plain and simply a scorer. And he is. The lead is 9.
Some full court pressure coming from the Warriors, and it pays off.
Steal by Cam Thomas. Christian Brown, tough around the basket. And he slices in for 2.
He is a remarkable athlete, and you've seen that a couple of times tonight. His ability to finish, that time absorbing contact, hangs in the air till everybody else falls to the ground due to gravity, and with the finish.
McHugh using the window. Kendall McHugh is an outstanding guard for the Eagles.
I'd have to think he's a little fired up being from the state of Virginia, and he has shown it tonight. He has played under control, really good defensively against a tough hombre, and he scored the ball.
And we have a tendency to talk about Kyman and Agbonkpolo and Lee, but Kendall McHugh is outstanding in his own right. Thomas attacking the basket. Terrific defense by the Eagles with Lee back in there. He has the outlet pass to McHugh. And he goes for three and scores. Kendall McHugh.
Oh, heat check for McHugh. He was going to pull up and nail that thing if they didn't close out on him. As soon as he crossed midcourt, he had his eye on the prize.
And Kendall McHugh with French fries on the board. He has 11. The jumper fails by Anthony. And the Eagles pushing the tempo. Agbonkpolo had it knocked off his knee, and it's out of bounds to Oak Hill Academy.
Oh, that is a dunk-saving play by Evan Johnson, because Agbonkpolo was rising up to power slam that thing, and at the last second, Johnson got his hand on it and was able to knock it off of Agbonkpolo's leg and out of bounds to the Warriors.
Aldo Ruiz Ortiz, a 6'2 sophomore, 16-year-old inside player on the court for Santa Margarita. Evan Johnson did not try the wing three.
He won't shoot it a lot. He's a pass-first kind of guy.
Cam Thomas will shoot it.
That he will. And Santa Margarita kind of keeps forgetting to stay within arm's length of him. If he blows by you and goes to the basket, fine, you'll get some help. But you can't let him get his feet set and time to shoot.
Not on the same page there were the Eagles. It was tossed out of bounds by Aldo Ruiz Ortiz. You can see he was throwing it to the outside, and the cutter was going back the other way. Jack McCloskey, who's come on, number 14, a player they really like at Santa Margarita.
Yes, yeah, plays under control for a freshman. Has a really good presence out there.
He really does. And he's ahead of the curve, playing so well in his initial year. And there's Evan Johnson burying the jump shot. And the lead back up to 11 points for the Warriors.
And if the junior starts making them, he only averages about 6 points per game. If he starts making them, I'm not sure how you guard Oak Hill.
Kyman battling inside against a lot of traffic. Works the baseline. Lee kept it alive. McHugh didn't get a call. Kyman again. He scores.
Wow,
just
that
inside
was just
the foul line.
An effort basket by everybody involved for the Eagles. I think everybody touched the ball, kept fighting until Kyman got a chance with the 15-foot floater.
Jake Kyman up to 13 points in this game. Christian Brown misses. All Eagles to rebound. It was brought down by Aldo Ruiz Ortiz. With a minute 10 to play in the half, the Eagles within 9, trying to hang with one of the top teams in America.
With Agbonkpolo out right now, you'd have to think the offense will run through McHugh and Kyman.
McCloskey with the pull-up and the Cam Thomas block.
No reset on the shot clock.
Down to 6, down to 5. Kyman goes to work. Here comes Cole Anthony. Evan Johnson with the pull-up, scores.
Oh, he says, Westfall, I can shoot it. You said I can't shoot it. He knocks in 2 off the bounce.
Final half minute. 41-30, a deflection by the hustling Cam Thomas.
1 second difference between shot and game clock, so you'd hope that the Eagles can hold for one last shot, and a basket would make them feel pretty good about things. They would be under 10 on a night when they haven't shot the ball real well.
Johnson with a near takeaway. He's out of bounds. Pilfered it away from McHugh. By the way, Kendall McHugh has been really impressive. Going against this talent level, you have to really like the work of number 10 in white.
No question about that. I think he's gotten better and better from when we first saw him against Moreau Catholic. He is now feeling very comfortable with his teammates and been their leading scorer on a number of nights when they have 2 guys that are going Pac-12.
Lee on his way to BYU, Shinzi Lee, and this is Kyman. Final seconds of the quarter. McHugh, a spectacular inside move and 1 for Kendall McHugh.
I was thinking when he had the ball at the top of the key, he's earned the right to take the last shot of the half. And look at the circus shot in traffic up and over the outstretched arm of Dylan Cardwell, and the three-point opportunity for McHugh.
Cardwell's a shot blocker. He has 28 rejections this year, but he could not stop or deny Kendall McHugh.
Pretty move to the basket because he knew help was coming, and it was coming in the form of a 6'10" guy with long arms.
McHugh has 14 first half points. Kyman has 13. That's 27 of the 33.
Cam Thomas is at the bottom of the screen at the midcourt line. Somebody stay attached to him because he'll shoot it from there.
It's on its way. The bank a little bit too hard. But Oak Hill Academy playing well on the road from Mount Wilson, Virginia. But Kendall McHugh has been the steadying force. He's had a big half. None bigger than Cam Thomas, who has 16 for the Warriors.
Waves aren't the only thing I surf. I surf the air. I surf roads, lanes, and alleys. Drop in on mountainsides and carve through valleys. I surf the ocean. I surf adventure. I surf California.
During the Start Something New event, well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Compass for $99 a month.
Enjoy.
Okay, who's first?
I'll go.
You mind? My daughter's a huge fan.
Round Table Pizza gets a lot of attention because it tastes as good as it looks. Made with only premium ingredients, topped right to the edge. Get a large triple play pepperoni pizza with 3 kinds of pepperoni, plus 6 boneless or classic wings for just $19.99. At Round Table, the last honest pizza.
Whatever the occasion, an extraordinary experience awaits you on one of Hornblower's lavish yachts. Take in the striking scenery as you cruise around the Newport Beach or Marina Del Rey Harbor while you savor gourmet cuisine, live entertainment, and impeccable hospitality. Delight in a moonlight dinner cruise with your sweetheart, relax with friends on a leisurely brunch cruise after a hectic week, or transform corporate events into distinguished affairs. Escape from the ordinary. Hornblower.com.
I'll go buy one myself.
It was intense. Definitely a sports car.
It was so fast. It was incredible.
Why just drive when you can be thrilled? See all offers at buyatoyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
That Lion looks like he's in a surly mood, and he's overseeing matters here at Mater Dei. We're at the Nike Extravaganza. It's an 8-point halftime lead for an outstanding team from Virginia, Oak Hill Academy over Santa Margarita. Paul, that was fun to watch. A lot of good highlights and a terrific pace to the game.
Yeah, the refs let them play for the most part, and both teams came out. Sometimes they don't shoot real well in the early going because this is a little bit larger gym than many teams play in, but both teams came out firing, including Jake Kyman and this man, Cam Thomas.
Yeah, inside and out for Thomas, but Kyman from beyond the stripe is outstanding.
Well, if you let him get his feet set like they're showing here, he's better than a 50% shooter from distance. But so far, the Eagles have had no answer for the big guy, Kofi Cockburn, inside.
Yeah, Kofi is a presence. Again, he's on his way to Illinois. Take a look at Oak Hill Academy's schedule. You can see, they've played some tough opponents as well. We've been talking about the Eagles, but Oak Hill's gone up against the best.
Every year, their only 2 losses there are the Imhotep Charter. That's an outstanding program out of Philadelphia, and the IMG Academy. And everybody here at Mater Dei knows about IMG from football days.
Right.
But that was a tough one, and they didn't have Cole Anthony that night against IMG. But left on the schedule, of course, tomorrow night they'll play Modesto Christian, one of the better teams from Northern California. But the one that everybody's looking for is the February 2nd game against Montverde Academy. Those 2 teams are generally ranked in the top 5 nationally, and that would be one that would be really fun to be at, if not broadcast.
Santa Margarita Again, the big win just last night over Bishop Gorman, 63-60. But you're looking at some elite programs. The win that stands out, maybe Rancho Christian. That was great. A tough performance at Mater Dei. Middle of a tough streak, playing a lot of games. They lost to a good Beverly Hills team, but then the bounce-back game against Gorman. But really, the one they have to win is J. Sarah Catholic. They're 2-2 in the Trinity League. That's going to be on the road. That won't be easy.
No, it won't. Keith Wilkinson in his first year at J. Sarah's got a really nice team, and they'll give Santa Margarita all they want. And Santa Margarita still harbors hopes that they're going to be selected for the Open Division.
We are at intermission. Oak Hill Academy looking good, led by Cole Anthony's dart inside to Christian Brown. They're up 8 at the break.
Hug the coast on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner and embrace the journey to Southern California's top destinations. Cruise by sparkling beaches and rolling hills as you travel to renowned wine countries, beloved surf cities, and vibrant downtowns. Let us take you to SoCal's most inviting and inspired communities. Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com and come hug the coast with us.
We just made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. So we ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today and you can save an average of $447 on auto insurance. Compare that to Geico, State Farm, even Allstate. Call now for your free auto insurance quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 888-794-4824 for your free auto insurance quote today. AAA Insurance, helping you save more.
Back at the Morello Athletic Center on the campus of Mater Dei. This is the Nike Extravaganza. There's our halftime score of our first game. And again, a little bit later, we'll have Mater Dei and Rolling Hills Prep. Tomorrow, there's some terrific action here. Mater Dei will play a good Harvard-Westlake team. Fairfax and Long Beach Poly is an interesting contest. And Los Alamitos and Los Altos with Jared Lucas, who could end up being the all-time leading scorer in the history of the CIF Southern section.
Yeah, there are some just terrific games all game long. So watch the ACC basketball on KDOC TV in the morning, then come on to the Morello Athletic Center in the afternoon and evening sessions. I've been told by Executive Director Steve Casper, many good seats still available, and you'll see a day full of terrific basketball involving a lot of teams that are going to make a long run in their respective section playoffs.
And again, this gym will come alive here tonight when Mater Dei comes onto the floor later when they play Rolling Hills Prep. Statistics, and they are brought to you by our good friends at Nissan. And what stands out to the professor?
Well, Santa Margarita getting an outstanding contribution from Kendall McHugh with his dozen points. Agbang Polo had a couple of shots rim out, or he'd have a lot more than 4. And then on the Oak Hill side, you knew Cam Thomas would lead them in scoring. He does about 90% of the time for the Warriors. But Kofi Cockburn has proven to be really a force in the middle with his 9 points and his defensive presence, cutting off the rim for Santa Margarita Eagles who want to drive to the front of the rim. But overall, I thought Santa Margarita played the heavily favored Oak Hill Academy Warriors really tough in that first half. If they get a couple of breaks on some 3 balls in the second half, we could see a much tighter game.
And they got Jake Kyman, their star player, a lot of good looks. Did you see he had 13 first half points? It's the Eagles trying to come back against the Warriors on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. The second half is next.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each!
Your favorite restaurants now deliver with DoorDash. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're hungry for. It doesn't even matter how many you are. Restaurants come to you. Delicious at your door. Download DoorDash. First order, $1 delivery fee.
Waves aren't the only thing I surf. I surf the air. I surf roads, lanes, and alleys. Drop in on mountainsides and carve through valleys. I surf the ocean. I surf adventure. I surf California.
During the Start Something New event, well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Compass for $99 a month.
At Edison, we know that creating a clean energy future takes teamwork. So while we're modernizing the electric grid, the Garzas modernize their roof to be the first on their block to go solar. We're helping reduce emissions from cars and trucks for cleaner air, so kids on every corner can focus on just being kids. Together, we have all the power we need to build a brighter future for everyone. SCE. Energy for what's ahead.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each!
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. And by Carl's Jr., featuring the new Beyond Famous style with a charbroiled 100% plant-based Beyond Patty. Only at Carl's Jr. Well, Cole Anthony had 6, but the good news, he's out here tonight. Again, he has a tender ankle. Good to see him back in action, performing for Oak Hill. Warriors start this third quarter with an 8-point lead.
Anthony had his typical game. In addition to the 6 points, he had 5 rebounds and 7 assists for a very efficient Oak Hill team that shot 62% in the first half.
And they continue to knock down shots. And it's Cole Anthony lifting his total to 9.
Eagles, meanwhile, shot 38% from the floor and just 4 of 17 from 3.
Kyman doesn't connect, and Cockburn rebounds. Boy, Oak Hill stands out as a team, and they stand out with that yellow color, don't they? Hard to miss.
They want you to know that they're there.
And Cole Anthony is here, isn't he? Hits a 3 and now a 2, the first 5 of the third quarter for Cole Anthony.
And what a pretty move. Little hesitation dribble, changes direction flawlessly, and then the little floater from about 8 feet, impossible to stop.
Out on top, McHugh. Agbong Polo on the wing, on the baseline. Max has just not had his shot fall so far in this game. Cam Thomas running the baseline, and Santa Margarita did not get back defensively.
No, and we got a timeout called when the ball was dead, and it nullified what would have been a steal by Oak Hill, but Coach Steve Smith can't be too upset with that.
Yeah, there's the theft by Christian Brown, and you see the bench electrified by that, but Santa Margarita had already called the timeout with 6:35 to play here in the third. And Jeff Reinert saw what I saw. They didn't get back defensively. You wonder, second game in 2 nights, all the energy that was spent to beat Bishop Gorman, and now you don't get back defensively.
Yeah, it was one of my keys was get back, JoJo, because this team, they will push it on almost every possession, even after a made basket, Loyola Marymount style back in the day. They want to get up and down the floor and try to get more shots than you do.
Oak Hill comes out on fire, and the lead is ballooned to 15.
Good look at Christian Brown. young man that's being recruited by the likes of NC State, Clemson, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and even UNLV has thrown their hat in the ring.
Another turnover. Agbonk, Polo, and McHugh not on the same page.
Oh, that's a crusher after a timeout. You'd think you'd all be ready for whatever play Coach Reinhardt had drawn up, and that was really a wasted possession, and you can't afford too many of those down 15.
First 8 of the quarter belong, and now 10 belong to Oak Hill Academy. And now they don't get back defensively for one of the rare times.
Good hit ahead, got one of the Eagles past the defense, and they need some easy ones.
Yeah, Sheila Robbins running on a leak out, able to score and get the Santa Margarita Eagles on the board here in the third quarter. Oak Hill has come out looking to blow the Eagles out of the water, and Cam Thomas gets the basket, and it's layup after layup. They're destroying the Santa Margarita defense here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's too easy. They went screen against Lee, knowing if he rolled to the hoop, he wasn't going to challenge the shot with those 2 fouls, and that is just way too easy.
Lee facing up. It's an air ball.
Of all the things he does well, that's probably the thing he needs the most work at going to the next level.
Anthony from downtown fails. Eagles are going to need a lot of defensive stops to get back into this one. Agbonk, Polo to the basket. He cannot finish. And Lee fumbles it out of bounds to Oak Hill.
I think normally Max, when he goes to the basket like that with his length and leaping ability, he goes unchallenged. Well, he was going up against Christian Brown, who's just as long and jumps maybe a little bit better. And that time I think that surprised Agbonk Polo when he got to the apex that there was a hand up there with him.
Cole Anthony has lifted his total to 13 points with an outstanding first 3 minutes of the second half. Cockburn at the high post, and he gets right around Lee. Eagles a little bit fortunate there that Kofi missed that one.
Unfortunate that McHugh lost his footing. It was on their way to a 3-on-2 there.
Nice drive by Kyman. He's fouled by Christian Brown. Common foul. Out of bounds to the Eagles. When we come back, Oak Hill Academy on a nice run here. They've built a 17-point lead getting to the basket.
We just made the stress of your commute disappear. Introducing the all-new, impossibly smart Nissan Altima with Pro Pilot Assist. It's groundbreaking tech that takes the stress out of heavy highway traffic by helping you stop and start without touching a pedal. Experience Altima at your local Nissan store.
For a limited time, get a low $239 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Breakfast shouldn't be tiny. Go big at Norm's with the 4 deuces. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, 2 sausage links, and 2 buttermilk cupcakes. Just $5.99 for a limited time. Available 24/7.
Don't miss the New Year's OC 405 RV show that runs from Friday, January 18th through Sunday the 27th at Mike Thompson RV in Fountain Valley. Show price to sell, $405 at Euclid, MikeThompson.com. Don't miss a moment, and we are desperate for trades.
Well, the story now is, can the Eagles and Jake Kyman rally against a very talented Oak Hill Academy squad? They still have plenty of time, 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, tough to stop them more than once in a while because they're so varied on offense. But the Eagles need a little bit of a run here to get back into this, and that's not a good way to start.
Anthony deflected it, picked up by Lee, and he throws it behind Kyman, and another unforced error.
Yeah, there have been some really unusual passes from a normally very disciplined Santa Margarita team, and that's maybe where you're starting to see the fatigue come in that you mentioned earlier, Randy, after a tough win over a really good Gorman team last night.
Kofi inside with the slam. Nobody around. Kofi Cockburn, 6'11", and a lot of girth. And the lead up to 19. Agbonk Polo with the answer, the triple.
Oh, much needed. I think the Eagles are going to have to make at least, I want to say maybe 8-10 threes in this second half after making only 4 in the first half. That's the great equalizer in basketball today. If you can knock down 3 after 3, you can climb back into a game.
Cam Thomas misses. Foul inside. It could be Lee, and if it is, it'll be his third.
Oh, that's a tough call because they were both going for the basketball. The two big guys, I would have just soon seen the whistle not blown, just the play on from there.
Well, for the moment, Jeff Reinert's going to stay with Shinzi Lee. Shinzi's going to play for BYU. Christian Brown comes up short, but there's Cockburn putting it back in.
And look at the soft touch. Even from beyond an arm's length of the basket, he's able to use that soft touch, got a friendly roll.
He's got strong hands.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
He's probably got strong everything.
Yeah, but his hands are unbelievable. You know how coaches like big men with great hands. Agbank Polo. That's a nice pass and an even better drive by Robbins. Sheila Robbins, that was a pretty move.
Yeah, defense kind of parted, and Robbins didn't hesitate. He doesn't shoot the ball a lot, but if they're going to give you a free lane to the basket, go for it, young man.
Sheila has 6, and Anthony in complete control. Inside of 3 minutes to play in the third. Oak Hill up 16. And there he goes right to the basket, around Agbank Polo, and Cole Anthony scores easily. He has 15 on the night.
They've scored 17 points in the third quarter, and I'd have to say 5 or 6 of those baskets have been point blank, just easy baskets, and you just can't have that.
Well, they get a lot of layups because they're so athletic and they can beat you off the bounce. Kyman, that's a pretty move inside. Lee with the follow.
Nice job by Lee not to quit on the play. It certainly looked like Kyman was going to make that, and the rim spit it out, but Lee was right there for the putback. Perhaps that will get his adrenaline flowing a little bit on the other end.
Cockburn working against Lee, backing him down.
Nice job by the big guy to keep him away from the rim.
Thomas goes to work. Got it back and draws the foul.
Oh, and I think it's on Lee. And Lee and Cockburn having a little bit of disagreement about that. But if that is on Lee, I think that's his 4th, is it not, Randy?
Yeah, it would be. Shinzi, and that was one of the issues coming in. They felt they had to keep him on the floor. And he does have that 4th foul, so I'm sure he's going to check out after the first foul from Cam Thomas. Cam looking for his 21st point of the night, and he has it. Boy, he can score.
Yeah, he's good catch and shoot. He's good off the bounce. He's got that quick release, and whether he's guarded or not, seems to be able to get his shot off, which will serve him well at the next level. He's had a high of 41 that he got against Northside Christian, 33 against a very good Ridgeview, Florida team, and as I mentioned earlier, he's been over 38 times this year.
He just makes it look so easy offensively. No effort to his game.
No, it's smooth as silk, and that shot is as pretty as anybody I've seen this year at the high school level.
He's sitting at 22, and remember, he averages 27 per outing. Good ball movement by the Eagles. Kyman with a tough 3. It was contested. Rebound taken by Rodegard, number 30, Tobias Rodegard, who's come in. Easy pass. Evan Johnson has another layup.
Oh, so many layups uncontested for Oak Hill in this second half, and the lead is now up to 20.
Agbank Polo with the triple. Now Max starting to find the range. He's in double digits with 10.
He is really a streaky player. I've had him seen him have great nights. Oh.
He's not a streaky player. Cam Thomas is just a player.
It goes in all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to miss. Got that total to 25, nearly at his average, and we're still in the third quarter. Less than a minute to play. Kyman's pushed and fouled. Looked like Cardwell got him, and it was Dylan Cardwell.
Coach Smith beginning to, I think, prepare for tomorrow night's game against Modesto Christian out of Northern California, giving some of his starters a little breather early here in the second half.
Evan Johnson sneaks in there for the rebound. Look how quickly Oak Hill gets down the floor. And Cardwell missed a dunk. Aldo Ruiz Ortiz and McHugh for 3. Kendall's had a nice game.
I think that's his first basket of the, maybe second basket of the second half. But yeah, he's been wonderful, playing completely under control. And when the shot opportunity provides itself, he's been taking it. Normally very much a pass first point guard.
17 on the evening. Kendall McHugh, and as you can see, the Warriors and Cole Anthony are going to look for the final shot of the third quarter. Cole's going to go to work against McHugh. And McHugh fouled him with 1.3 seconds left.
He's a magician with the basketball. You can see that, showing you the whole skill set. And McHugh stayed with him, just reached a little bit at the end. Otherwise, it would have been a fine defensive effort.
Anthony has 9 in the quarter. Missed the first one. 65-48. A rare miss by anybody on this team.
He shoots 87% from the line.
But don't they all?
It seems like it.
Next one's perfect, and he has one more coming. Remember, he was fouled outside that arc. Oh, it's going to be a giant mountain decline for Santa Margarita. Oak Hill Academy has come from Virginia, and they're playing beautiful basketball. 17 for Anthony. Agbang Polo from backcourt. Came close, didn't he?
Didn't miss by much.
After 3, Oak Hill Academy, despite Max Agbang Polo coming alive, has a huge lead because Cam Thomas has 25.
Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Carl's Jr.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each!
Rich's parents know he's out tonight because he drove his Hyundai with Blue Link technology that texts his parents whenever he drives farther, faster, or later than he should. His parents got the message. Now, so will he. The Hyundai Elantra and Sonata. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Lease the 2019 Elantra for just $169 a month, or get up to $2,000 in savings. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each!
Good look at Jake Kyman, the UCLA commit, and he hasn't disappointed tonight. Looking players, got 13 points. Eagles with it, down by 19. With the Professor Paul Westphal, I'm Randy Rosenbluth, Morello Athletic Center, here on the campus of Mater Dei. And a nice looking shot for Aldo Ruiz Ortiz, the step back.
I'll say he knew he was in amongst the tall trees, and a little step back and fade away. That was well done.
All you could do in there is foul against Cockburn. It was just about to go in there and slam it home. And it's all Tyler Hanna could do to just hold on for dear life. Off the wing, they can really knock down shots. Cam Thomas again with another 3 ball. Up to 28. McHugh to answer, and does. Kendall McHugh, and he has 20.
He's been really, really solid tonight at all aspects of the game, and this will help Santa Margarita regardless of what division they end up in, whether it's the Open or Division I. There's going to be quality competition in every round, and playing teams like Bishop Gorman one night and Oak Hill the next night will just make them better once they get to the Southern Section playoffs.
Cockburn inside with an easy one. Another putback. Make no mistake about it, this is a very good Santa Margarita team. Just playing against an elite squad from
yes, indeed.
Mount of Wilson.
The traveling
Virginia.
band of high Division I prospects, no question about that.
Aldo Ruiz Ortiz with a good look. He'll get it back. McHugh's wide open. He wanted the ball. Kendall now passing the ball, but tight defense by Oak Hill Academy. Agbank Polo from downtown. And Anthony leading a break. And he's checked and fouled. McHugh stopped that break, or Oak Hill Academy would have had the numbers.
Too bad that it was an empty trip for Santa Margarita, because it was a terrific sequence by Aldo Ruiz Ortiz. He battled on the offensive glass and got the loose ball, kept the possession alive, just didn't get anything to show for it.
Just love saying his name,
Aldo
Ruiz Ortiz. That's as pretty as it comes.
It rolls off
the tongue. It really does, yeah. Cam Thomas, he's going to shoot another three. It's on the way. That was from way out yonder. Christian Brown had it deflected away by the hustling Tyler Hanna.
You saw a couple of examples there why Oak Hill is so difficult to deal with. You've got Cam Thomas shooting from about 28 feet, and it's not a stretch. I mean, he can make those. And then Christian Brown comes flying in for the offensive rebound, keeps the possession on the Warrior end of the court.
Cole Anthony not favoring his ankle tonight, looks 100%. And that's a nice play. I'll say he looks 100%.
Oh, how are you supposed to guard that?
You can't. That's just a wonderful one-on-one move. McHugh again from deep. Kendall McHugh.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says McHugh, and he has been very impressive tonight because he's got 23 points and he hasn't forced anything.
Again, he averages 8 a night. He's had a 30-point outing this year, so he can score. Foul on Tyler Hanna. That's his third. Shinji Lee's in. We're playing with the 4 fouls.
Yeah, Hanna talking to Cockburn, just making sure the big guy's not getting mad at him. I like that.
That's probably a good idea.
Tyler Hanna's a wise young man.
Cam Thomas again from downtown. Missed a couple in a row, but they can't keep Cockburn off the glass. Belong to Oak Hill Academy.
No, Kofi is big, and at any time you're 6'11" and about 280 pounds at least, that jumps out at you. But I'm amazed at how good his footwork is and his ability to move within 15 feet of the basket. That makes him a really tough cover and almost impossible to keep off the offensive glass.
Rare miscommunication by Oak Hill Academy. For a bunch of stars who play together like this, they do play together. They give the ball up. They look for one another. Very unselfish team. Kyman looking to go to work, and he's fouled. Hit and foul by Evan Johnson.
But Oak Hill is so much better when Anthony plays, and that's going to sound stupid, and it probably is.
So we can quote you on that. The professor says Oak Hill's a better team with the All-American
out there. When the McDonald's All-American is out there. But I watched them the other night against Rock Creek, which is a fine team, don't get me wrong. But without Anthony, they weren't nearly as cohesive or fluid on the offensive end, and that was actually a tie game with about a minute and a half to go in Oak Hill's gym, which they've only lost once since 1992.
Evan Johnson out of the corner has 3 more for Oak Hill Academy. They have their total to 77. Still have 4.5 minutes to play. Oak Hill Academy well on its way to another victory. Out of the corner, Aldo Ruiz Ortiz, no good. Nice rebound by Lee. Max will try a long one and get it. Max Agbank Polo's had a nice second half.
It's a shame Lee wasn't able to play the whole night, saddled with the personal foul situation, because I really like the way his game is progressing, and he would have gotten a real test against this young man who's a load.
I believe it was Cam Thomas.
Yeah,
hopefully he's okay. He put the ball in, and he's getting up slowly. Give Cam Thomas 30 points on the night for Cam Thomas. Not to be outdone, Kendall McHugh has 23 for Santa Margarita. But right now, it's all Oak Hill Academy on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week.
Breakfast shouldn't be tiny. Go big at Norm's with the 4 deuces. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, 2 sausage links, and 2 buttermilk cupcakes. Just $5.99 for a limited time. Available 24/7.
Alexa, play Weekend Mix.
The new Lincoln MKC. Connecting the world inside with the world outside. so you can move through both a little easier. Introducing the well-connected 2019 Lincoln MKC. California residents lease the Lincoln MKC for only $349 a month, only at your Lincoln dealer.
Breakfast shouldn't be tiny. Go big at Norm's with the 4 deuces. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, 2 sausage links, and 2 buttermilk hotcakes. Just $5.99 for a limited time. Available 24/7.
You are looking at a very relaxed Oak Hill Academy bench. All smiles. They've played well. Coming here from Virginia. And in many respects, you have to, like what you've seen from Santa Margarita, they've battled this powerful team. Second night in a row they've had to perform against nationally ranked type clubs. They beat Bishop Gorman last night. Just not enough left tonight. Agbach polo from downtown, no good, and another rebound for Kofi Cockburn.
Yeah, the Eagles have played well, and Oak Hill is on their A game tonight after a couple of tough ones. One they lost to IMG, and another one that went right down to the wire against Rock Creek. I don't think Oak Hill would even admit that they were playing their best basketball, but once Anthony gets back into the lineup, everybody gets a little bit better, and that's true of the great ones, is they make everyone around them just a little bit better.
Had we mentioned it, Cole Anthony is going to play in the McDonald's All-American game. Misses that foul shot. Rebound by B.J. Mack. Mack goes up and puts it in. B.J. Mack, 6'7". He's a senior, averages 4 points, 4 rebounds a game. Shoots 51% from the floor. So they're all good, even the ones who come in at the end of the night for Steve Smith's club. Anthony all the way, and he scores. The seas parted, and he laid it up beautifully.
No rust on Anthony tonight after missing a couple of games. He looks like he is in McDonald's All-American form.
And so does Kendall McHugh. Kendall's got 25 points. So big numbers for Kendall McHugh. By the way, Oak Hill's done a nice job on Kyman since early on. Jake still has 13 points. And they came very early when he hit 3 triples. Thomas to Cockburn. Double teamed, and it's off of Cockburn. Nice help defense from Tyler Hanna.
Wholesale substitutions for Oak Hill. Back into the game, Daniel Scott. Let's see, who else came in? Looked like Rodegard, number 30. And number 33, B.J. Mack, the South Florida commit. He is a powerfully built young man. Number 33 goes about 6'7" and 255. There must be some interesting practices at Oak Hill Academy.
Cole Anthony done for the night. He has 21. Rodegard rebounds. Jarius Jones, 23's on as well on the wing. And Scott, real good ball handler, number 1. And again, all these players are very good. So even if they're deep on the Steve Smith bench, they can play for just about anybody. Scott for 3. I told you they were good. Daniel Scott, he just got his average. He averages 3 a night. 1 shot, he's there.
They will all get college offers, many of them high Division I offers. You don't get to Oak Hill by being average.
Kyman put that one up and drew the foul. Cardwell blocked it nicely. But there was contact.
This weekend will be the last time that we'll see Oak Hill in the state of California. CIF has passed a rule that the schools that are not allowed to compete for their state championships, like the IMG Academies, Oak Hill Academy, Findlay Prep, those types of things, will not be allowed to come and play against CIF-sanctioned teams anymore. So it's been nice to have Oak Hill around for all these years. They've come to a number of Nike extravaganzas, and it's always been entertaining for the crowd and for our viewers to see these young men that are going to play very much at the next level, and some of them, like Mr. Cole Anthony, you're going to see in the NBA.
And maybe Cam Thomas.
Oh,
and
yes.
maybe somebody like your Kofi
yes.
Cockburn.
Oh,
certainly.
yes. Oh, yes. I agree with that 100%.
That's just not limited to just Anthony.
No, they're not done. Long careers for many of these.
You mentioned that Rajon Rondo played at Oak Hill. So did Ty Lawson, Carmelo Anthony, Jerry Stackhouse. It's an endless list.
Yeah,
Brandon Jennings. And there's Cardwell putting it in easily, and that's a nice number, 88 points with a minute and a half to play.
And Cardwell doesn't play a lot, but he's already been offered by Georgia and Tennessee, just to show you that even the guys who are, maybe 8 through 12 in that roster are being noticed.
And Cardwell is noticed right now with the slam dunk. And he knows how to celebrate. Oak Hill has raised its total to 90. Catelli out of the corner has come on and misses, and here's Scott the other way.
All-time scoring record is in jeopardy as Scott will go to the free throw line. The 98 points by Chino Hills and Sierra Canyon, not inconceivable. But Oak Hill has put themselves in the top 10 again.
You think they're going to score 8 points in the final 54 seconds?
Good thing Cam Thomas isn't in the game.
Well, then your point would be very well taken. But overall, the Stars didn't disappoint tonight. Cam Thomas scoring 30, Cole Anthony 21, and Kendall McHugh really, we talk so much about Kyman and Agbonk Polo, but Kendall McHugh was brilliant tonight for Santa Margarita.
He was, and that's the kind of effort that if they're going to go a long way in the playoffs, regardless of division, McHugh has to complement the Stars, Kyman and Agbonk Polo, who generally will give you somewhere between 40 and 60 points together on any given night.
92-63. Ball deflected. Klosky on the baseline. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles with 36 seconds left.
And that call may have saved the record for points in a Nike Extravaganza game, because if Oak Hill had gotten the possession there, it's possible they got a 3 and maybe another possession, but nonetheless, I think the record is safe.
You're still on that bandwagon,
I'm
telling you, that's not going to happen. McCloskey goes down Main Street.
Oh, another loose possession.
Blazona all the way, and one. Jake Blazona, noted for passing the ball with a horse type of shot. That was clever. Blazona's a great kid, though. We've talked to him before. He's
a nice
all
player.
Smiles.
Nice player, just a sophomore. The keys to the car are probably going to be his next year.
Mack with an outlet pass he'd like to forget, but it's late in the game, and they have a big lead. And to say it's a little ragged at the end would be an understatement, but these are players that are not familiar with one another.
Well, and for Oak Hill, the guys that don't get in all that often, they're just dying with the fact that they've just thrown away at least 3 possessions. All these guys would like a chance to shoot the ball. They'd like to score because they don't get that many opportunities in a normal game.
Oak Hill Academy showed everyone on KDOC tonight why they are so good, though. They're a terrific squad, and it's been a privilege to watch them perform. Another block, and Cardwell does his thing. Can the Eagles score one more time? With Zhang, they do. Tom Zhang, 6'4" forward. And one more basket easily for Derek Jones Jr. as time expires. 94-67 for Oak Hill Academy. And they were impressive.
Well, the Eagles just weren't able to generate enough offense to keep up with the high-flying Warriors. They always score at least 80, and sometimes it's closer to 100. And so the Eagles just ran out of gas after a nice first half where they were within 8 at the break. Oak Hill turned on the Jets in the third quarter and put this one away.
Of course, we have Modern Day and Rolling Hills Prep coming up next. But we have some nice highlights for you featuring this Oak Hill Academy team. Early on, Jake Kyman was looking good.
Well, he's got all the moves inside and a sweet jumper, but Cam Thomas was a difficult cover all night long, even though Kyman matched him shot for a while.
At this guy, Kofi Cockburn, what a powerhouse he is.
And look at the no-look pass from Anthony, the great creator. Found Brown inside.
Cole Anthony, as good as advertised, but Cam Thomas ended up with 30 points, and he knows how to celebrate from behind the line, as does Kendall McHugh.
McHugh was brilliant tonight. That's the best I've seen him play all season long.
Big win for Oak Hill Academy. Got some pretty good basketball games coming up, don't we, partner?
Man, we do indeed. On Friday night, we'll have a battle for the baseline title as Etiwanda takes on Chino Hills. Those two teams don't like each other, and it's usually a hostile atmosphere. Perfect recipe for high school basketball. And then on Saturday, we'll have the top two teams in the state of California, Sierra Canyon taking on Rancho Christian, and Division I players galore.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing those Mobley brothers. And coming up, see Braden Bach of Mater Dei. Mater Dei has got a very good record, 22-3. We saw him fall at St. John Bosco. But you know this is a talented young team for Gary McKnight. Rolling Hills Prep, the Huskies 17-5. Coached by the legendary Harvey Katani. So what a matchup we have in McKnight and Katani on the benches. Of course, we have a Super Bowl preview for you with Mike Carney coming up. He played for both the Saints and the Rams. He was an all-pro fullback for the Saints and an all-around good guy, and he's going to break it all down. And I think we might talk about a controversial call at the end of that game.
No, the referees never miss one. You must be mistaken.
Final score of the first game, all Oak Hill Academy, led by Cam Thomas's 30 points. They win over Santa Margarita, 94-67. We'll set it up for you. We'll come back and have Mater Dei and Rolling Hills Prep, two outstanding teams in the CIF Southern section. That's coming up next on KDOC on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week.
You can probably guess how this is going to go. Uncomfortably close close-ups, ingredients defying gravity, melting this, splashing that, charbroiled double deals from Carl's Jr. Oh, $2.49 each?